Good morning, everyone. And despite the fact that we're across many time zones, I do believe it is morning everywhere. We are so glad that you've chosen to attend the Association of Lodging Professionals' first Development Day. Now, many of us are now learning to communicate via Zoom or other virtual methods. We've done a lot of meetings by Zoom. We have presented a number of webinars by Zoom, but today's event is on a much grander scale. We have multiple presenters, we have multiple rooms, so fingers crossed that the technology helps us present this very smoothly. Today we're focusing somewhat on the topic of the pandemic, and of course we've all had to adjust to this particular situation, which has killed and sickened thousands and severely impacted your businesses. As I visit your websites, I see how you're lovingly caring for not only your businesses, but also for your future guests by messaging with them. Well, with the safer at home, the self-quarantine, the social distancing all in place to slow down the spread of the coronavirus, there's no doubt that travel and tourism has been one of the most affected segments of our economy. Initially, the pundits and the experts were saying, this is comparable to 9/11. Then the comparisons were, this is 7 times the impact of 9/11. Now it is being said that this is more than 10 times the impact of 9/11. It is unprecedented. Most of you have had to temporarily close your lodging properties, either by government order or by concern, for the safety of your guests. And many of you has also expressed concern about whether or not you're going to reopen. Again, as I visit your websites, I'm touched by the warm messages that you are putting out to anyone who visits your website and the many guests that you have hosted and hope again. I personally am not surprised by this because this is what you do and this is who you are. Here at ALP, you certainly may be aware that we've had to tighten our belts too, and we've had to pay more than the usual attention to finances as you have. We've had to reduce staff while we're operating as leanly as possible, yet still carrying out our mission of providing, useful information to you. That said, we are so very appreciative to each and every one of you for continuing your membership. And we're thrilled that despite all the bad news in the world, that lodging professionals are continually joining us as new members. We now have well over 1,000 members of all member types. Our goal has always been and continues to be to provide you with very specific and usable information to help you get through this pandemic. We've focused on how to apply for the CARES funds, and we are as disappointed as you are that they're not as helpful to small businesses or even what are being called micro businesses like ours as we hope that they would be. So we continue to join forces with ALP to lobby for changes in the rules that will actually help our small businesses. As you know, in many ways, the wheels of government move very slowly. We're doing what we can to expedite that. Our next focus is going to be on compiling the mountains of information about cleaning practices, safety practices, how you can adjust your hospitality to increase the comfort and the safety of your guests, all things that you can actually use in your day-to-day business. There is so much information out there that doesn't apply to our size of properties, so we're really trying to curate it so that it will be a usable guide for your smaller, independent, unique lodging properties as you move toward reopening. So today we're certainly getting started or continuing that process because we have with us very knowledgeable and experienced industry presenters, professionals that many of you know from attending conferences, reading publications, or you may be their particular client. They're going to share with you the perspective that you can use to survive and perhaps even thrive this present situation. Today's presenters have very often, or more than one actually presenter has surveyed innkeepers and compiled the data to share with you today, which will give you insight on how are your fellow lodging professionals coping with this present situation. And as Eric mentioned briefly, we do want to save you from writer's cramp and do want you to know that these sessions are being recorded and they will be available to you in just a few days. So at this time, I'll turn over the screen and the sound to Heather, our ALP Marketing Director, and Eric, our Conference Planner, and we'll explain to you how to navigate today's event. So thank you very much, and I look forward to enjoying the information right along with you.